All right, this is a video I just really didn't want to do, but I can't just avoid this. This is huge news. As a hardcore boxing fan, we're just used to disappointment, and it's gonna be no different here. We already know that these promoters and these networks or whatever, these managers, they want to stretch out the fights. They don't want to just give us the fights when they're in high demand. They want to drag it out as long as they can so they can make more money later. We already know they've been doing this. Okay, but the rematch to a fight that just happened, very controversial decision. It seemed like everything was gonna be, it seemed like we was gonna get the rematch right away, immediate rematch. The WBC was on board, the fans were on board. It seemed like the fighters were on board, and then Tyson Fury gets this huge ESPN deal. What, for 80 pounds or what, 100 million or whatever, people are saying was a 5-fight deal or something. He gets this big ESPN deal, And, at first I was like, okay, let's see if we still get the rematch, Maybe they just have to fight on ESPN. Wilder comes out saying, I can fight anywhere, I can do what I want. So at that point, I was like, okay, well, maybe we can still get the fight. I mean, these guys seemed like they were really, really on board to fight each other again. These guys were publicly talking about freezing Anthony Joshua out and everything. They turned down offers from him. So I'm thinking, all right, these guys are like, they're like buddies. These guys want to fight each other and keep it away from Joshua and all this stuff. And then we don't get the fight because Tyson Fury wants a touch up or two before they fight again. Okay, fair. Now I'm pissed off as a fan because I want to see the fight again. Right now, but Tyson Fury is doing exactly what I kind of expected him. Well, let me not say I expected him to not rematch him, but what I will say is that I expected Tyson Fury to blow up after that first fight. And I said that in that post-fight review of mine. Got a lot of views and stuff. One of the main things I said was that Tyson Fury came out the winner out of all of this. You got a lot of guys that weren't too familiar with Fury here that are fully aware of who he is right now because of that fight. I mean, his story, they sold the hell out of his story with the alcoholism and being a cocaine addict and having mental illness. And, even after the fight, he gets knocked down and wakes back up and win. It's like, or not win, but he gets back up, And then on top of that, he donated his purse to charity. I mean, this is like some real Cinderella story shit. And they love it. So he gets this huge ESPN deal. What is he getting, like 10, 15 million a fight? 15 million a fight? I think if you do the math, it's like about 15 million a fight. And now he wants to fight his tune-ups. And now he's like, well, Wilder, I'm sending you the offer. Bob Arum and Frank Warren are like, we're going to send you the offer to fight on our network. And we know these guys are not going to ride with that, even if Wilder want to do it. We know these guys on Showtime are not riding with that. Steven Espinoza, Shirley Finkel, Al Heyman, whoever's involved with that business side. And this is why I don't get why people on YouTube, like, I don't know why these guys ride with networks and promoters. I never understood that. I never understood like the fans that ride with a certain promoter. Like we're riding with this promoter. These guys are not fighting. These guys are trying to make money for them. You think they're about boxing's best interest? If they were, they would give us continuous, consecutive, good fights. They're trying to make money. They're trying to protect their investment, which is the fighter. And by doing that, they make more money. So I don't understand why people are sitting here talking about Frank Warren this, Eddie Hearn that, Al Heyman this, Bob Arum that. I'm not here to defend these guys. I hate the promoters. I've always said that. I can't stand them. I can't stand any of them. You know? Now, in certain arguments where a promoter's going back and forth with another one, I can sit here and say, okay, I can assess the argument and say, okay, well, this one sounds like he's making more sense than this one in this given situation. But overall, I wish they didn't exist. I wish we can just get the fights, you know? But Tyson Fury, I'm pissed off as a fan because I want to see him fight Wilder now. But I understand him securing the bag and his future. This is great deal. He's making, he's now in the mix with Joshua as far as the finances are concerned. Now he's getting the big money for his fights here in America, just like Joshua is doing right now with Miller. Miller's, you know, I mean, these guys are smart. Businessmen, they're smart. They know what they're doing. Where the hell does that leave Wilder now? Where does that leave Wilder? Now I see Hearn is making interviews. He's talking about he's sending an offer for Wilder and his 3-fight deal. Sounds like a great deal. Sounds like a little bit better deal than the ESPN deal. I don't think the ESPN deal is a real deal. I think that was more of a take it or leave it. We don't really want to fight you right now, but we're going to send you something to cover ourselves. You know, because it's like, listen, I like Anthony Joshua and everything, but I know he didn't want to fight Dillian White. I knew that 5 British pound, whatever it was, the amount, 5 million pounds, I knew that was bullshit. I know Anthony Joshua didn't really want to fight Dillian White again. Not because he's ducking him. It's just like, this does nothing for my career. I already beat you. I already knocked you out on top of that. And I think Dillian White deserves it, but I understood what was going on there. Because Gerald Miller is not deserving of more money than Dillian White. Because Dillian White has done way much more in his career than Gerald Miller. It's not even debatable. So I understand what they did, and this is what they do. This is what these promoters do. You know? They'll throw stuff out there that they don't really mean. They just want to turn you away. So Tyson Fury going over there and doing a 5-fight deal, 4 or 5-fight deal. I wouldn't expect Wilder to be his first fight if he's going to be fighting on ESPN. Now, he's not going back and fighting on Showtime again, Showtime pay-per-view under Wilder's terms. He went over there and got what he needed from Wilder, and he got out of there. Win or lose, he got what he needed. This guy went a couple of years not fighting. He was all depressed. He got fat, lazy, and he was on drugs, and he was on this other stuff. He comes back, fight a couple of scrubs, didn't look impressive doing it, gets extremely prepared for Wilder, looks good against Wilder, even though they scored at a draw. Most people think he won the fight, got a whole crazy story, a whole new fan base here in America, and he's out of there. Now he's like, I don't even need Wilder anymore. And then Wilder put everything on Fury, not even giving Hearn and Joshua a shot. He doesn't even want to be bothered with them at this point. And then now Tyson Fury shits on Wilder, and now Wilder's just stuck there. And he's not getting no crazy multi-fight deal or nothing. No. He's probably going to fight Dominic Brazil with the same amount of money, $1 million or $2 million, for the same amount that he's been fighting. He gets nothing out of this. That's just bad business. Like, why would you put everything on Tyson Fury? I'm not saying, as far as Tyson Fury's career, obviously Deontay Wilder didn't give him the opportunity to shine. Obviously, that's not true. But for a guy that's coming back into the sport, a guy that we didn't think we was going to really see him fight ever again, for him to just return and become even a bigger star than what he was when he fought Klitschko, I would feel pretty stupid if I was Deontay Wilder right now. Because he gets nothing out of this. And now he has to follow around what Joshua or Fury is willing to offer him. Because at the end of the day, all of this stuff that we've been getting, all of this back and forth for the last couple of years, at the very end, those two fighters, those British fighters, got the bigger bag out of it. And now when it comes to negotiations, you have to deal with them. Because they're getting the bigger money than you. Both of them are. And even in the U.S., they're getting bigger money than you. Come on, man. I've been saying this stuff, man, and these guys, I don't know where Wilder is. I don't know who he's. I don't know if it's Al. I don't know if these YouTube guys that's just trying to get their views up and their monetization up. Everybody is milking Deontay Wilder right now. Because that's exactly what happened. They were saying Eddie Hearn was milking Joshua. Well, Tyson Fury just milked you. He got the bag. You didn't. He's sending you contracts to fight on his network. What are you stuck with? And then let's talk about Brazil, because that's another weird situation, because White is the mandatory. No debating. There's no... Dillian White is the mandatory for the WBC, and he's been the mandatory. Brazil is not the number one guy. I don't understand why Brazil's name, even Luis Ortiz, is ranked higher than Dominic Brazil. And Ortiz already lost to Wilder. So I'm not saying Dominic Brazil shouldn't deserve a fight. He should, because like Dillian White, he's another guy that's been picking up good wins. White has been picking up better wins, but Dominic Brazil has been picking up wins since he lost to Anthony Joshua. So he deserves a title shot. But Dillian White deserves it more than him. Dillian White shouldn't even have to face Brazil in order to face Wilder. What's up with the WBC in that? That's why I never understood. This is when I was ranting back when Wilder fought Berman Stiverne again. I'm like, why is he fighting Berman Stiverne again? Why is Stiverne getting another opportunity? He's not doing anything. He's not doing anything. He hasn't done anything since he lost to Wilder the first fight. And that was many fights ago now. So I'm just like, Wilder, I don't know what he's going to do, man. I just you've been holding the title longer than both of these guys. Okay? You've been holding the title longer than these guys. And these guys are going to get these crazy big deals. They're getting all this money over you. It's like, when are you going to wake up, dude? You gotta come up with a new strategy. If you really want to just be... Now, if you want to be cool and you want to just fight on Showtime, fight Brazil, fight Kalnacki, and just fight the PBC fighters, that's cool. But don't act like these guys ain't throwing offers at you with much more money than what you've been making. They're throwing crazy offers out there. They have much more to gain with. Joshua got belts. He got 3 belts, bro. What are you doing over there? You would have made more money fighting Dillian White, probably than fighting even Tyson Fury. And people want to, let me talk about something else too, because listen, the fight happened, and I know people want to say Wilder fought Ortiz and Fury that year. Listen, let's stop that right there. Ortiz was a real fight, without a doubt. I'm not taking any, and I'm not even a guy that's been on here saying that Ortiz got robbed in that round where the ref gave him more time. I've never been a guy on here complaining about that. I gave Wilder his props when he won the fight, and I've been consistent. He beat Luis Ortiz, straight like that. I thought the ref thing was a little unfair, but you know what? Deontay Wilder never got dropped in that fight. He was hurt bad, but he never got dropped. He never got dropped. Ortiz got dropped a few times. So that was a legit good win against a dangerous opponent, an opponent that was beating you, and you came back and you stopped him. But let's not overrate the Tyson Fury fight. Because as good as Tyson Fury is, and I'm not trying to take anything away from Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury was a cherry pick. These guys didn't think Tyson Fury, none of us thought Tyson Fury was going to look as good as he did. And he wasn't even in his best shape still. But nobody thought from watching them 2 fights against those bums that Tyson Fury is going to look that good against Wilder. Nobody did. Tyson Fury, before the fight happened, was not a top guy. He was not. There's other fighters that have been doing stuff in the heavyweight division throughout the years while Tyson Fury was absent. Yes, he's the man that beat the man first. Yes, he was the lineal champion and everything. But my man, you the lineal champion, but you stopped boxing. So the show must go on. I'm not going to overrate that win. It was a good win, yes. Well, it wasn't a win because it was a draw. You fought him, yes, but you don't get major credibility for fighting a weaker Tyson Fury. Or fight, even Tyson Fury, he says it himself. He says it all the time. You only took this fight because you think that I'm done. You didn't beat Tyson Fury when he was the man. You didn't step up to fight Klitschko when he was the man. No. Shelly Finkel already exposed that. He already put it out there that they didn't want Deontay Wilder to fight this dude. Tyson Fury stepped up and took the fight, but he fell back. He fell off. He got fat. He was on drugs. He had mental illness. He was depressed. All right, he keeps his linealship, but he wasn't fighting. He got stripped of his titles. It is what it is. It is what it is. He didn't fight Klitschko in a rematch. He didn't give Klitschko his rematch. Dude just disappeared. So you jumped on the opportunity when he was just trying to get back into the game. So I don't want to overrate that. I'm not talking about the fight itself. I'm not talking about what Tyson Fury did in the fight. I'm talking about how people felt about the fight going into the fight, including Tyson Fury, because he says it himself. So let's not overrate, oh, yeah, he did this. He fought Ortiz and Fury. Okay, yeah, he fought Ortiz. He definitely fought Ortiz. And took his first and gave him his first loss. But Tyson Fury, you didn't fight the best Tyson Fury, bro. You fought Tyson Fury at a weaker state. He's back on the come up, and now he's come up off that fight because he gained more fans off that fight. You think people respect Wilder more because of his performance of that fight? Most Wilder fans too, except the crazy ones. I mean, listen, if you think Wilder won the fight, a lot of people say in the comments, oh, Wilder won because he knocked him down 2 times. I was like, yeah, but there's 12 rounds. It's 12 rounds. What was he doing in between those 2 knockdowns besides missing? landed a couple shots here and there, but he was missing. I thought Wilder was going to win the fight. I said no matter what Tyson Fury is doing in this fight, he's going to be outboxing Wilder. But at some point, Wilder's going to knock him out. He's going to land. He's going to catch him. He's going to knock him out. And he almost did. But nobody expected Tyson Fury to get up. That was amazing. And this is why people respect that guy. And now you're sitting around here scrambling. You don't know what you're doing. This is what happens when, you go so long and fighting these scrubs. This is what happened. This is why there's a delay in everything now. Because people are looking like, okay, you getting more exposure now. But these other dudes is coming here and getting hyped quicker than you are. That's the penalty you have to pay when you're cutting corners for so long and so many years of your career. Fighting guys like Bermane Stavern and Gerald Washington. And I know Gerald Washington was a replacement, but even that guy you was fighting for him was whack. He was trash too. Where is he? I don't even remember his name. The guy that failed the drug test. Not Povetkin, the other guy. You went. It's such a disappointment, man. It's such a disappointment, man. These guys are getting so much money on you. They come in here and they getting so much. I don't even like Fury like that. I think he's an amazing fighter. But this guy has always been, I don't know how you could put everything on Fury like you guys are buddies. This guy this guy's bipolar. He's been like that his whole career. He'll say one thing one day and the next thing he'll say the total opposite. And you put your future on him? You freezing out guys that's offering more money and have more belts for this guy? And he chumped you like that? Oh my God. Oh man. I don't know, man. I don't know what Wilder's going to do, but I think it's time for him to start getting real realistic. Him and these promoters and Eddie and all these guys, they need to really sit down and say, okay, Wilder needs to say with them, let's sit down and just really work out something. No more playing games, none of the internet stuff. Let's meet each other for real and discuss how we can work something out. If Joshua beats Miller, Wilder should be fighting him next. Fury played you, stiffed you on a rematch, cool. Move forward, fight Anthony Joshua. And that's it. Joshua got his U.S. debut, work something out. He got his U.S. debut now, just work it out for the next fight, man. Because everybody knows Deontay Wilder's going to knock out Dominic Breazeale. And Dominic Breazeale shouldn't even be fighting Wilder next. It should be Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte still ain't scheduled for a fight. Should be fighting Dillian Whyte. All right, so that's my feelings on the whole thing, Tyson Fury did what he had to do to take care of himself and secure his career, because look, you go into the rematch, what if he loses the rematch? What if he gets knocked out for real in the rematch? Everybody's talking about Tyson Fury being in better shape for the rematch and will do even better in the rematch. Well, we don't know that because all it takes is Deontay Wilder to, land that right hand. That's all he has to do. That's all he has to do. Tyson Fury could probably be in better shape. He is in better shape right now. He looks great. But Deontay Wilder has experience in fighting him now. He might have a better chance in connecting that right hand. Might be a better fight. I think it would be a better fight. You're getting a better version of both. You're getting Wilder, a guy that's experienced, know what Tyson Fury is going to do to avoid that right hand. You got Tyson Fury that has the experience of fighting Wilder too. And he should be in better shape. And he's more active now. You know? But if Tyson Fury had just fought the rematch again and lost without securing some kind of a deal, then it would have been all for nothing. But now he capitalized off Deontay Wilder and got this ESPN deal. In the U.S., he already has a fan base out there. Now he's good here and there. You know? PBC, they have this, you know, what is the IFL deal going? They just trying to get that off the ground. It's not there yet like that. They getting off the ground. Joshua, Fury, they're already making moves. What is Wilder doing? You know, even if you're a Wilder fan, you got to feel me on this. Like, where is he going? Why are these guys getting deals? And don't come in here with that race. Don't come here and race bait. We're having a serious grown folks conversation. This woman that watch my channel too. We're having a serious grown conversation. You know? What is Wilder doing? What is he going to do? What should he do? He needs to sit down and talk like grown his Steven Aspinall, all these people. They need to come together and make something happen. Because this is ridiculous. And the fans keep losing. We keep losing. And I have a bad feeling that one of these guys, whether it's Fury, whether it's Wilder, whether it's Joshua, one of these guys are going to lose in an upset before we get the fights we want to see. One of these guys, we can't keep going this long. One of these guys are going to lose a fight before we get the real fight that we want to see. You know? That's what I'm afraid of. All right, so I'm going to keep it at that. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you on the next one. Peace.